talk about the spiritual side of this business, and I want to talk about my experience as a tantra master and what these means energetically, all of these things, and what's going on with all of these people. And so many people in the porn industry have serious mental problems. Where does this all come from? And I'll try to look at it from different perspectives. And let's start with the first thing. Now, an energy exchange, why does someone start porn? Because they want the money, number one, and maybe they enjoy the work. Two of the things. When they enjoy the work, it's obvious that they're only in their sacral chakra, and that sacral chakra is disconnected from the rest of the energy field. That is basically just the sexual joy. But the problem is that often you are forced to do it no matter if you like it or not like it because it's your job. So you kind of like you ignore your body's feelings, your true feelings, in order for the body to work. But the body has like a capacity, almost like a battery. And this battery has a maximum capacity for energetic imprints. And if you go over a certain magnetic energy imprint, you could say, into your psychoenergetic field, then your body starts to take a toll. And as it takes a toll, you also take a toll psychologically and psychoenergetically. And that's where things go sour because it's very hard to reset. Sadhguru says the same thing, by the way. Now, how is the tantra massage session, for example, different than porn? The thing is that porn, it works on the egoistic energy field of getting rid of that energy as quick as possible. There is a play of dominance, so it's not love, obviously, it's not love. And whereas a tantric session, for example, you're actually coming from the intention of love, of healing, of opening up all energies, using the energy to clear through all the blockages and traumas. Whereas porn does exactly the opposite. It actually creates trauma because you're doing something that the body doesn't really want to do. And this then leads to mental instability. And women who tend to porn are the ones that have these other chakras blocked anyway. So a woman that has her heart chakra disconnected from the sacral chakra, because, what is porn? Porn is not just something, it's not just entertainment. Porn is sex, and sex is the attempt to create a child. This is nothing else, right? Porn is the attempt, or sex is the attempt to create a child. So, and that wants to be created in a sacred space. And if that doesn't happen in a sacred space, for example, in a rape or something, then that trauma stays with the woman for the whole life energetically. It's very, very hard to get rid of. I worked with a lot of raped women and abused women in childhood or older, and that energetic imprint stays. You can lessen the impact on the energetic body by doing exercises, but the energetic imprint stays. It's literally in the auric, stays in the auric field. And what porn actually is to the woman is a constant form of rape, maybe on a more subtle level because she's agreeing to what's happening, but she's only agreeing it from the mind. The body is not agreeing. And this is actually where the mental instability then comes from. It's almost like two separate energies in your body. One is doing something which the body doesn't want for the money, and the other energy is the person who wants to be in their own harmonious energy field. And by the way, the more you mix, and people know this that are sensitive, the more you mix with different partners or different, men as a woman, the more you receive the bad energetic imprint of the guys. And the guys nowadays are more and more and more and more traumatized in their energetic field. They're more in their ego. They are more in their desire to abuse, um, and that energy field s- stays stuck with the woman. And so she goes home, has like 20 guys with that energy field or 100 guys with that energy field, and now she's feeling worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And this is also where normal women that sleep with a lot of different guys, where they start to compensate this lack of loving energy towards themselves, will start to hide it behind tattoos, behind makeup. They're basically hiding their true self from from the outside, basically, because they're tremendously hurt in their energy field. Porn is evil. Yeah, depends. It's not necessarily evil the way it is modern porn is. But let's say if I were to do a tantric session and I film the session and others can view the session, then you could also consider it porn in a way, but it's not evil or toxic in that way. But the absolute regular porn, which 100% or 99.999% of the porn is, you could say it's absolutely toxic. I don't like the word evil because evil is like purposefully, somebody purposefully being bad. I think it's just unconsciousness. People that don't understand what it's about. And I'm a tantra master. Like I'm talking about not the Indian type of tantra. I mean the tantra massage master. I literally understand these energies perfectly well. I can feel blockages in other people's bodies. And I tell you something else. And porn energy and swinger energy is not that different. And I met a couple of swingers in my life, those that share wives and stuff in uh, in these swinger clubs and stuff like that. They have a very similar energy. They have an abused body energy. And I was talking just a few days ago on a camping site. I was talking to a couple that is doing swinging, and she was standing a few meters away from me, and her legs were crossed like this while she was talking to me. I notice every little thing about how people move, how they act, and where they put their hands, what they do with their feet. Her root chakra and her sacral chakra were completely fucked. And this is what I noticed, that the energy field around swingers and porn stars is very low chi, very low prana, and the energy field is completely fucked, literally completely done. And they pretend that everything is okay to the outside. They pretend that they actually enjoy it, and it's a hedonistic form of joy. But the problem is you're actually hurting the psychoenergetic body. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have a disease or something. It's not necessarily that, but it means that you never are truly content in your soul. And this is where suicide comes in. If you if you act contrary to your deep inner soul plan, your heart space, and your deep inner soul plan, what you're actually supposed to do, and you fight against this and you do actions that are contrary to that, you are going to have such a disconnect with you as a soul, you could say that the only escape, because no therapy, apparently no therapy can get you out of that energetic state. And this is something that Sadhguru also said, and I agree with him. It takes then years of yoga, bija mantras, pranayama, meditation, awakening, tapping that I'm talking about, the tapping, nadi breathing, maybe even tantric sessions to get you back into the original state which you're supposed to be in, like energetically. And that's why they commit suicide, because they literally see no escape from this energy field. They maybe then even seek for other ways to escape it. If there's anger, they're going to use alcohol. If there's a dissociation, they will use drugs. And then the downward spiral begins. Then there's like no way to escape this. And because the therapy, your lost souls, yes, very good, lost souls. The therapy then is not a psychotherapist like a Jung or Freudian, classic psychologist, but it literally needs an energy healing expert, a shaman, a yogi like Sadhguru, Isha Foundation, these kind of things, because it's an energetic problem. Very, very hard to get rid of this. And that's also one of the reasons why I start tuning down a lot or turning down a lot of the massages. And I basically the last few years I haven't done any massages because I recognize I wanted to be in my own energy. I wanted to be in my own energy field. And it's not just the massages, by the way. It's people in general when I meet them, because this is something that you're not going to believe unless you have experience with this. Sex happens way before, can happen way before you actually have intercourse with the person, because the chakras are already connecting. So the more people you meet, the more people you mingle with, the more your psychoenergetic field gets fucked up. That's why standing in a bus, in a train, which is packed full of people, or in a line or in a shopping mall, drains you and fucks your energy completely. Because actually cities are highly toxic for your psychoenergetic field, because actually the chakras are already mixing that energy, and you're receiving all of that energy, especially if you're an empath or you're highly sensitive. You're going to feel that stuff. And sex then is even worse, because instead of you being in a protective position, you're actually even opening up your chakras, you're opening up your energy system, you're like welcoming these toxic energies into your own system. And maybe it's time that we talk about this. Maybe it's time that we start to, open up this Pandora's box, because obviously porn stars are dying left and right and committing suicide left and right, or taking overdoses left and right. So maybe it's time to talk about this. And who has more credentials to talk about it than a tantra master? Because I understand these energies, especially in the intimate sphere. I understand ida nadi, pingala nadi, sushumna nadi, the chakras, the nadis, the effect of the body. Yes, you can absolutely. Where the good thing is that on here we don't even need a moderator. Uh, but I'm gonna just give you standard moderator. But we don't really need moderator here. People on the US or on the English channel are very nice so far. In the comments, not so much, but in the live, yes. But it will, as the channel grows, maybe that will change it. Nothing like it, yes. Um, nature is the great healer, yes. Yes, you can also be in nature, absolutely. Connection with nature, with green, the green heart energy, absolutely. But I would go so far that you must come in tune with yourself, because a lot of people go in nature and they just go walking or jogging in nature. That's not how you connect with nature. There's a German, a guy who, a herbalist, very famous guy, has 250 or 270,000 followers in Germany. He goes into the woods, he says, talk to the plants, take your time with the plants, meditate with the plants, be with the plants, touch the plants, and so it's not just, running through the woods or something like that, or jogging or walking. It's more than that. You have to really go deep. And yeah, I just wanted to start this conversation, and we'll see what happens. Some people even have dirty sex outdoors. Yeah, but I'm not a conservative. I'm not conservative in that sense. If they want to have dirty sex outdoors, it's fine. Good thing. If somebody enjoys their sex with their partner that way, it's fantastic. But the intention is key. What is the original intention? On which energy are you coming together? And we'll talk about this more in the future. I have to be careful with my voice now. So see you tomorrow, and maybe we'll talk tomorrow more about this.